Do I have to do this? Do I really, really have to go through this again? Sooner or later, I'm going to start rigging this pint of chocolate milk with something really strong, so strong that it knocks me out, and then I'm just unconscious and not able to actually do any recordings or streams or anything at all when United play. But we're back after what has been an odd game, a very odd game, because I think as far as predictions go, as far as prediction goes, I don't think anybody would have sat there and predicted a 4-3 scoreline at the end of the game. And maybe before the game, like without knowing the context of how the scoreline gets to 4-3, I would have said, okay, so at least we competed. At least we'd, show a little bit of what we're about. We're up against, arguably one of the favourites for Champions League, strong firepower in Harry Kane and the rest of the team behind him, Bayern dripping with quality. You would have thought, wow, 4-3. It spells an exciting game. Obviously, it's not the result that we would have wanted, but at least it's something vastly improved upon than what we've seen thus far this season. That wasn't really the case. Wasn't really the case. I think Bayern gave up goals a little bit easy tonight. A little bit easy. They gave up goals. So, I mean, Rasmus Højlund got a goal, so he's on the score sheet. So he's got it's finally a striker for Manchester United has scored a goal. So that's something to be positive about. Especially after having his goal ruled out against Brighton. And then Casemiro's found the back of the net twice, but both of those were right at the very end of the game. Right at the very, very end. And what's annoying to me about this is that some of these Bayern goals don't happen if the defence again is awake, is primed, is alert, is sturdy, well structured, and just all round active. I don't think those Bayern goals, or a couple of those Bayern goals at least, I think the first goal just is what it is. The penalty decision, I think, probably wasn't necessarily I mean, as far as penalties go, we've seen those given, we've seen them not given under the exact same circumstances. It's one of those things that, can't whine and cry about penalty decision, but on a different day that doesn't get given. But it feels like where we've worked quite hard to create or generate a couple of these goals, we score a goal and we just don't want to hold on to the lead. We don't want to keep the other team out. It's like, well, we'll score one, then you can score one straight after. Tit for tat. The problem is that we've seen this several times already this season. We've seen it several times, and it's annoying because it happened at Arsenal, and it's happened again here tonight. And that's got to be something that's got to stop very, very quickly, because in other various aspects, not to a majority, but other various aspects, there were elements to the game where United could have, on a different day, found surprisingly a positive result, but not to be. But again, we're talking about United being the reason why we lost this game tonight, and it's our fault. It is our fault. Bayern are not the scintillating, but let's be honest, Bayern were not the scintillating Bayern that I think everybody was expecting them to be. I was not expecting Bayern to be that able-bodied to be gotten at. I wasn't expecting to see, a single goal being scored, let alone three. Well, I mean, maybe one goal at least, but 3 goals tonight. 3 goals. I mean, we struggle to score goals, and an away game in the Champions League, score 3 goals, and still having lost the game, but for us to be to blame for it, and it's like the only thing really that you can change about this to stop this from happening is to really improve the mentality, and we do wind back up in the mentality conversation, in the mentality topic. We do end up back here, and back here again is where we don't want to be, but we know we are going to be. It's going to be this conversation a lot more than once. Way more than once. And it's going to happen again and again and again and again and again this season. Because mentality, you don't fix it overnight. You can't fix it overnight. There's always going to be some of these people that are going to constantly not be feeling up to it. They're not going to be up for the fight. They're not going to be prepared to go the distance. Scott McTominay again comes on as a substitute, disappears. Literally. The invisible man, once again. Could have been an impact sub, yeah? Could have been an impact sub. I'll tell you who was missed. I'll tell you who was missed tonight. Fred. Fred was missed tonight. So Ericsson goes off, McTominay comes on, offers nothing. Fred, usually when you sub Fred on, he'll actually give you a little something. He'll give you a little something. He goes on and tries to do a job. We don't even have a player that does a job when he comes on. He comes on and basically you concede the game. It's a guaranteed loss at this point. And playing Scott McTominay, you might as well file it under the same category as what is it? I mean, damaging. Trying to think what it is. It's like throwing a game, right? You throw a game deliberately for like betting odds or something. I'm trying to think of what the term actually is, but you get what I'm trying to say here. It's like when you play Scott McTominay, you're deliberately trying to lose. It feels like that. That's the sort of impact he has on this team right now. And it sucks as, I mean, even Rasmus Højlund came off after scoring a goal. You bring Martial on. I don't really think Martial really offered that much. I don't feel like he really offered that much in the attack after coming on. Maybe I had that wrong. Well, I mean, he assisted for Casemiro's first goal to make it 3-2. And what's stupid is then the 4 minutes later we concede to somebody who really doesn't have the greatest of conversion rates in tell for Bayern, and then Casemiro scores yet again on the final minute of the game. And that's the annoying thing is, you know, first half was Bayern's half, or Bayern's half. The second half of the game, I think the fact that we made it 2-1 showed that we had a little bit of fight, something to give, just a little bit of pride, but obviously silly decisions cost us a penalty, and then you get kicked in the nuts again. And obviously it can be a bit of a hammer blow mentally. It can be. But I just feel like the first half you've gone down to 2-0, and it's like, what did you do in the first half to, you know, dissuade that to be some immovable object in the first half? You didn't do anything in the first half. And that's what's really annoying to me, is that it's like, yeah, you're waiting to be at a deficit before you actually come to life, before you start to act, start to do something, start to take initiative. And I feel like it's going to be an annoying, repetitive, constant of the season that we're about to go through. And I know some people might be thinking, well, Saturday night we're playing, what is it, Burnley away in the league? Burnley away? Saturday night? I'm not confident for that. Why would I be confident for that? I mean, away days to Turf Moor is set up for one of those games where it's like, well, cool, you tried to give a little bit of something against Bayern. Could you please, 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 please start from minute one, giving a little something against Burnley? Because just giving a little something might actually get you a win on Saturday night. Just a little something, just to push yourself a little bit. And an extra kilometre overall with the team, right? Just try and do something. Just try and think like winners for once. Just once. That's all we ask. Just prove that you can actually play like winners and think like winners. To be honest, I'm not really in the sort of mood, if you will, to talk about much in the manager, because for me, manager, not really. Even if he's made bad decisions or not, it's not really. I suppose with one element of the starting lineup, playing Pellistri rather as opposed to trying the stupid nonsense that he did against Brighton and playing Bruno out wide, sticking Eriksen in the 10 position. At least he's not made that silly mistake again and actually started a winger out wide. And to be honest, it did better. It held a little bit better than expected. Rashford grabbing an assist with Rasmus Højlund, which is something that I don't think pretty anybody was expecting to see ever, because that's what Rashford doesn't want to do, is get his head up to, play the ball in to guarantee a goal. He doesn't really fancy doing that, but yeah, annoying to say the least. A very, very annoying outcome to the game, and it's one of those things where it's like, because of the way it happens, makes it feel a lot worse than perhaps most people who look at it from the outside in perceive it to be. But it is really annoying, and the fact that the game literally just exploded with goals at the very end. The game could have ended 3-3. It could have done. It could have ended 3-3, but again, stupid mistakes and not actually, like, literally just not pushing yourself or staying alert and staying defensively strong. You score a goal, but you concede straight away. Like, you've got to, like, spend the whole week practicing a goal, right? Score a goal against a defending team and just train that team to go over the top, just ridiculously over the top, even like throw the goalkeeper up as well. Try and defend. You score a goal, try and defend it. Try and defend that goal. Go right ahead. Don't concede after scoring that goal. Just spend the whole week or the rest of the week training just that. Because what's stopping us going up against Burnley, scoring a goal, and then coming back with a quick punch? Or stopping them? Because it feels like we might. It's like, as I said, we'll probably see it happen more and more times this season. But yeah, moral of the story, really, really annoying way for us to lose a game 4-3. And I'll tell you what, it's one of the first times in since like 1960s or something, I think. 1967, I think it was. The first time United have lost 3 games on the bounce, having conceded 3 or more goals. First time since 1967. The records book has been brandished once again, but it's been brandished for the wrong reasons. So make of that what you will. Leave your thoughts and your feelings about the match below in the comment section. Make sure to smash a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And all of that good stuff. I will be back tomorrow I'm working in the morning to early afternoon, so we'll probably be doing something probably mid-afternoonish where we can talk a little bit more about this game, take a bit more time to really, assess things over, and perhaps it'll be a much more interactive show tomorrow, and perhaps there'll be a guest or two on. We'll have to see who's around and who's available, but it's going to be an interesting show tomorrow. So yeah, do be sure to join me for that. As to when it's going to be, I'm not sure, but just expect it sort of mid-afternoonish, and we will go from there. Thank you very much for everybody for watching, and we'll be seeing you again real soon. Take care. Goodbye. God bless, and sleep tight, United supporters. Sleep tight. Don't don't uh, don't cry too much. Don't cry too much, because otherwise you'll ruin your bed sheets or your cushions or pillows, whatever it is. Anyways, goodbye, good night, God bless, and we are out skis.